against Tyson.
He took one of the most vicious uppercuts I've ever seen thrown in that fight. Tyson literally lifted him up with an uppercut. That was the beginning of the end for him. Good right hand there by Seldon.
There's the Ribalta jab, and boy, we have not seen that much in this bout. The way you beat a good jabber is by out-jabbing. Seldon switches to lefty every once in a while. He started to do that there and then went back to the righty stance. Now, against David Bay, another canny veteran, Seldon did have a period in the middle of the fight where he slowed down a bit. We'll have to see if that would happen here against Ribalta. Ribalta is starting to throw a little bit more now.
A little bit more, and now you start to wonder if the fighting with his back to the ropes and fighting in the street is not a ploy on the part of Ribalta.
He's taking a lot of punishment as a result of that, though.
Pace is slow to appreciate for the game. Bends over those loose ropes to which he referred. He didn't cover up, and Seldon rightly jumps right on him and knocks him down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ribalta complaining, 7, but it's one of the credos of the sport. 8. Protect yourself at all times.
All right.
Ted Pick did not feel there was a need for him to step in, and he did. Luckily for Ribalta, just seconds left. Oh man, that one came from right field.
I felt it.
Wow.
And a left hand, Ribalta's in big trouble. Might want to move that coke out. He may be coming this way.
We may have a guest commentator at ringside here for a second. What a round for Seldon. Ribalta is very, very shaky.
He was actually shaky, as you mentioned, after the last round. He took a real beating in that round, and he does not have much left.
Right back. One more. You can't see out of one eye.
It's over.
Well, Bruce Seldon administering this kind of punishment, and this is what ultimately leads to the stoppage of this fight. Bruce Seldon says, I can still punch, I'm going to do it. Bruce Pick did not step in, and Seldon put Ribalta down, and ultimately that contributes to this fight being over.
And you might have heard when Jose Ribalta went back to his corner, he said, I can't see. So I don't know if he got a thumb in the eye or if it was from a punch or whatever, but Ribalta's corner says that's enough. And Bruce Seldon has scored what has to be put in the category of impressive win.
And impressive, if for no other reason, because of how dramatic it was. Getting clocked with a right hand as you come out, getting hit cold, if you will, getting up, jumping up, and then dominating the next 2.5 rounds. This young man has got some heart and courage.
Yes, he really does, and that's something by which the good fighters are measured, and he has really shown that. And for Jose Ribalta, oftentimes you can say there'll be another day, and frankly, I'm not sure there will be for him.
Well, you know, he hadn't been doing that badly in his career. The only loss in the last 8 or 9 fights was the loss to Witherspoon. That he went 10 with Tim Witherspoon. For Seldon to get him out this early, as you pointed out, sometimes you don't know the Jose Ribalta that'll show up. Was he prepared for this young man? He was prepared in the first 15 seconds, but not after that.
Yeah, I think that's true. And the fact is, even though he hasn't lost very much, let's get it official now from Mike Butler, and then we'll talk about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time. The end comes at the end of the 3rd round. Referee Ted Pick stops the bout. The winner by TKO. Still undefeated. His record now 17-0, 14 knockouts. The Atlantic City Express, Bruce Seldon.
So Bruce Seldon is the winner, and as we mentioned, Ribalta, even though he hasn't got too many losses, he hasn't fought very much. He fought twice last year, 3 times in '89, only once in 1988, only 3 times in 1987, so maybe inactivity was as big a winner over Jose Ribalta as Bruce Seldon was. Nonetheless, let's take nothing away from him. 17-0, very impressive fashion.
Yeah, and the way he did it, with this last knockdown especially, you can see the power that Bruce Seldon has and the way he sets his punches up. The jab is such a superb weapon. Now here's where everybody seemed to think that the referee might step in because he was leaning over the rope. Seldon's looking, and Ribalta gets clocked. And in truth, Ribalta should have been defending himself at that point. And as we see Ribalta get up here, he is complaining to Ted Pick and maybe complaining about vision or something along those lines, or he might have been complaining about Pick not stepping in. Whatever the case, this is a beaten fighter at this point.
No question about it. In fact, he looked like a beaten fighter even before that round started, truth to tell. So Bruce Seldon is a winner. He is 17-0, and he is someone to contend with.